What's going on today? We're going to be going over my inventory system, and I do believe this is one of, if not the best inventory systems. I'm going to show you guys clothing and shoes, but this can work for tons of other different types of inventory as well. Let's check it out. So here's a visual overview. The actual floor space of where I'm storing this inventory is about 60 square feet. This could be organized in a more space efficient manner, but since I have the extra space, I've just tried to make it as easy to pull the orders as fast as possible. So in this 60 square feet, there are 6 racks that hold about 450 items each, which equals about 2,700 items in those 60 square feet. In this system, each of the items have an individual SKU number. You can connect this to your eBay listing or other platform listing so you can find the item quickly, and everything is in sequential order. So it starts all the way at 0, which is closest to 0 as possible, is 74, and just keeps counting up. As items get removed from inventory when they sell, all of the items keep shifting towards the left and keep things in a perfect numerical order from left to right. Before we go any further, I do want to let you know in the description will be links to all of the products that I use. So if you're interested in trying out this inventory system, go down there, get some supplies, and check it out. Future Caleb here. I'm about to photograph these items on my photo board right next to my clothing pile. And then right next to that is where I actually bag up the inventory. These poly bags is what I'm currently using. I was using clear ones. I'm trying out going directly into the shipping bag. I do use gyro pack poly mailers. Use code Caleb for 10% off your order. The link will be in the description. Great service, really nice bags. But once the item is photographed, it's gonna go into here. It gets the label on it, and then it goes directly into this box. So these bags are the 10 by 13 size, and these boxes are 8 by 8 by 24 inches long. I also have another box size that I use. I started buying this one because it's significantly cheaper. It's 8 by 6 tall and still 24 inches long. It works exactly the same as the other one, just has this little lip here. I leave these up for extra stability for the items. Significantly cheaper to get this size than this size here. All right, I'm gonna throw you guys back to my storage unit. Right now you can see that my racks are currently full. So what I'm gonna actually do now is start consolidating the inventory, moving it all to the left so that I can free up more space on my racks here to add in new inventory that I've listed. So you can kind of see how this works after that little time lapse here. All the inventory is moving up and to the left, and now I've already created this much space. So I'll keep consolidating these boxes and they'll keep moving up, and we'll continue that process all throughout. In some of these boxes that I've listed more recently, like these boxes are very empty, only have like a couple items left in them. So I'll be clearing even more space once we get to this section, because this is like my oldest inventory, and this is freshly listed inventory, which obviously is going to sell faster because there's extremely fast selling items and really good items still over here, whereas this is kind of the worst items I listed during those times. Here's a close-up view of me consolidating these boxes. I just take it, push these ones to the front, and I move the bigger numbers behind the other ones, just like this. And then I take this box out, and then I move this all the way to the front. One pro tip if you use these plastic zip bags is I leave the edge unzipped on all of these. So that way when I push them, the air can go out easily, and I can get way more packed in per box because the air can get pushed out and isn't taking up space inside the box. Another thing to mention is that I just recently switched maybe 2-3 weeks ago to actually just putting it directly in the poly bag that I'm going to ship. And what I do is I put like something on the label with Sharpie to kind of verify the item. So this one I put WOO, so I'm guessing this is gonna be like a Woolrich item. But obviously when I'm verifying it with eBay, like I can, make sure that something matches. I'm not sure what OW is. LRL, so that's gonna be a Lauren Ralph Lauren piece. LS, that could be like Link Soul. Here's a good example. I put 557 on there, so I know those are Levi's 557s. Here's 511, so I know those are Levi's 511s, just as a nice little safeguard. And then I also put this picture in the listing so I can verify if I ever get off. I have noticed when I go to ship the items, it does go a lot faster when they're prepackaged, but it does take a little bit more time to actually polybag the item rather than put it in the Ziploc bag and then write that little initial on there. So the jury's still out on if it saves time or not. So I'm trying it out and I'll let you guys know as I do it for a longer period of time. All right, so here's what it looks like now that everything's been consolidated down. So I have most of this rack, this whole rack, these are just empty boxes. And these are my shoes up here. And then I have all of this rack down here. So shoes just work the same way. I put an S in front of it so that my SKUs would be organized, but it still works the exact same way. And this could work for almost any type of inventory. Like say you had small electronics, you could just get small little plastic poly bags and SKU those in numerical order as well. And find a smaller little box to put those in a row and just do in the exact same way. All right guys, I just set up this camera to do a time lapse and show you guys how quick I can pull orders. But the truth is that I need my phone to pull the orders. But one thing I did want to tell you guys is when I'm pulling my orders, I go to the web browser version of my eBay orders. And on that page, you can actually sort by the custom SKU. So when I'm pulling these orders, I'm just going down the line and pulling them in numerical order, which makes pulling orders really fast and really simple. So when I go to pull the orders, I have this rolling rack that I took out some of the shelves so I can put some of the inventory boxes right here. And when I pull the orders, I just grab them from the boxes and put them directly into here. These are actually my Poshmark orders that I got pulled. I'm going to write down a couple of the first numbers so you guys can see in real time how I actually pull the inventory. All right, the first number is 1672. So I'm gonna come here close to 16. This is 1553. And this one is 1782. So I know that it's in this box right here. So I'm gonna pull it out, go to 1672, pull this out of here like this. Fix that box back up, and then I put it in line. And then the nice thing is when I go to ship, then all these are in order as well, and I can do my shipping very quickly. The next item is 3582. So I'm gonna come down here to 35. This one's 36, so I know it's in 35 here, 3582. This little vintage sweater. And then I just go ahead and do that all the way down the line. So here's everything we got from the storage unit. Bunch of clothing items, some golf shoes, a jacket, some garage sale shoes bought for $1, sold for $25. Sold some of these Greenworks battery chargers I got on an online arbitrage lead. Those are actually a really good sale. So I'm just gonna head home, get these packed up and get these to the post office and carry on with my day. I did want to mention a couple more things before I head out for my storage unit. In my calculations, I did actually count putting boxes on this top rack, which I currently use for storage since I'm not in need of space, but I could gain an extra room for 5 boxes per shelf by putting boxes on the top. Sorry for the noise, you can hear the rain really coming down because I'm just here in my storage unit. It's not climate controlled, it's outside. So what I do to combat that is I actually have a battery powered fan that I leave in here. It's pretty basic. It looks like this, and then I have these rechargeable batteries. And what I do is I just kind of blow air in this area, and I also have jackets. So sometimes I'll point it at the jackets just to make sure that the air is not getting too stale since this is not climate controlled. And because it's battery powered, I just let it run until it runs out of battery because I don't want to be running electricity more than I have to at the unit, because if I run too much electricity, there is an additional charge. It's storming, my phone is running out of storage, the fan's blowing, everything's going crazy. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and this inventory system helps your business. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments below or message me on Instagram.